We recently grinded out 69 Slayer and started and completed Monkey Madness 2, enabling us to start farming some demonic gorillas for the coveted zenyte jewelry such as the Necklace of Anguish, Tormented Bracelet, Ring of Suffering, and the Amulet of Torture. Now before we start doing that though, and doing more Slayer picking up not greater demon stats, but black demon stats, there's one more quest we have to do, and that is While Guthix Sleeps. Now, I kind of let it slip of the tongue just there, greater demons, but we want to do While Guthix Sleeps so that we can start hunting down tormented demons as well. So, when we do Slayer, if we get a greater demons task, we can go to tormented demons, and likewise, if we get a black demons task, we can hunt down some demonic gorillas. Tormented demons are going to drop us some goodies as well. For one thing, burning claws are a very good replacement for dragon claws if you don't have those already, and in fact in some instances burning claws are actually better than dragon claws. And of course there's also the upgrade to the arc light, as we are interrupted by the mysterious old man. But yeah, there is the upgrade to the arc light, turning it into the ember light, and with the release of Yama, the purging staff is very relevant as well. And the Scorching Bow can be good for things like Zami. So there's our motivation for doing While Guthix Sleeps. Let's go ahead and get started here. I just noticed that I'm in a bit of an awkward gear setup situation here. I have a graceful hood on, but oh well. I remember when this quest first came out and I started doing it on Wait For It, it actually snuck up on me. This right here, this little fight that's about to happen. It is certainly a way to start the quest. So you want to be protecting range here, but as soon as the special attack happens, which I can't really see right now. Oh, right here? He throws out a dragon dagger spec on you. So right there, we actually just tanked that special attack, but luckily we lived. But yeah, if you're not careful, you could just get KO'd right then and there at the start of the quest. So as soon as the arrow hits, you switch to prey melee because he appears out of thin air and Dragon Dagger specs you. After surviving that first encounter, we make our way over to the Khazard Fight Arena. We're going to speak to the Launderer over here. Now, is this guy literally a Launderer? It looks like he is. If I'm not mistaken, While Guthix Sleeps is a Grandmaster quest, so it's going to be sending us around Gielinor quite a bit. So right now we're here in the Feldup Hills area. We're going to speak to this hunting expert, which is actually also where you get the hunting level 99 kit. This quest does have a level 62 hunter requirement, and I guess this is the reason why. We got to set up this trap here. There's a guy, probably not a guy to be honest. Unfortunately, it looks like a bot to me. I'm going to use the Mortmire fungus on this pit trap. Oh yeah, this is the part where we get a, I don't know, how do you pronounce this? Broav? Brove? What? I literally don't even know what this is. Is this a real animal? But we're going to sit here and wait until one takes the bait. There it is. Come on down. We actually get to keep one as a pet after we finish this quest. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what purpose this animal serves in this quest. For this next portion of the quest, we're going to have to do some puzzle solving, and there's some requirements with different runes being applied to this old battered door. Unfortunately, this inventory full of Karambans we have on us, we're going to have to drop to make room. And there is some kind of thing with the weight you have on you. Ah yes, using a key and a bookcase with some kind of hidden mechanic cliche. Yep. Hidden room behind a painting. Wow, another cliche. So this is the portion of the quest I mentioned earlier about the weights. We gotta put a certain weight on this statue. We got up out of that secret area. We're gonna hit the bank real quick. We have to pick up a few things here, that being the lantern lens, a seed nibbler, and we already have some coins on us. We're making our way back over to Taverley. Little bit of action up here in McGruber's Woods. Got some mercenaries here. Like I said, with it being a Grandmaster quest, it has us traveling all around the map, and right now we're at the Falador Castle. The NPCs were kind enough to teleport us to Draenor Village, so a little bit of a time save there. And we're here speaking to this shady stranger. We're supposed to use this teleorb on him, and back we go to the Falador Castle. When I first got to this portion of the quest and I saw this map on the table, I've been wondering what it is, because, you know, you would think it might be a map of Gielinor, but it doesn't seem to be the case, at least I don't think so. But yeah, I just wonder what it is. So once again, we had to be sent to another location. The NPC actually teleported me here once again, and you can tell that, this is a newer quest, because I guarantee you, if this was a quest made in like 2005, they would not do that for you. For this next step in the quest, we had to switch on to the Lunar Spellbook. And now we're going to contact, how do you pronounce this guy's name? Sirius? Yeah, let's go with that, Sirius. This is the dude from Dream Mentor. Okay, now we have to contact Turiel. So just like in Dragon Slayer 2, we're kind of assembling the troops. That's how you know we're in for something big. Contacting the Slayer Master in Canifis, Duradel. Level 100 Combat Slayer Master in Shiloh Village. And I believe that's it. I believe we no longer need to be on the Lunar Spellbook. So let's just go ahead and switch back to Standard so we don't waste house tabs. And since we're in the POH, we're also making our way over to the Warriors Guild. If I can find the teleport, there it is. We're going to be speaking to Gommel and some of his buddies here at the Warriors Guild. Again, 3 more NPCs to bring into this upcoming battle. This next part of the quest has us fill our inventory out with a bunch of runes, and it has our spellbook looking like the rainbow. But you'll see why shortly. One of those reasons is we're going to have to cast Charge Orb, I guess whichever one, doesn't matter, on the strap door and able to get through it. We're going to have to make our way through all these elite Black Knights. Some of them are rangers, some of them are melee. I don't believe there's any magic wielding ones. Actually, no, I do see some mages. But we're just going to have to make our way through it. We do have a couple of pieces of food on us, but might not be enough. Are we dead here? No, we're not dead. We're taking a lot of damage here. I don't remember taking this much damage, but then again, we weren't on a 50 defense account before. Alright, remember when I said we had a little bit of food? Now we have no food. Should I TP out? I might want to TP out here. Okay, these are all melees, and we have to fight for these guys for their armor. So, as long as we have our prayer up, we should be fine at 12 HP. Except for the fact that this guy has Protect Mage on. That might be an issue. Is this guy gonna have Protect Mage on? He has Protect Mage on. I was not aware of this. I'm gonna have to bring another attack style. Well, looks like we are gonna have to TP out after all. The reason why I didn't bring that much food the first time around was because the quest helper does tell me I need 9 free inventory slots. But obviously, it looks like I'm gonna need some food just to make it to the room where I need to be. So let's try again. Oh, I forgot to put on our disguise. Yeah, surely by slapping on a bronze med helmet and iron chain body, they won't notice the fact that I have a Tumican Shadow or Blue Moon Tassets. Yep, nothing out of the ordinary there. Okay, seems like in making it through one time, we can now take this door as a shortcut. Yep, and we make it to the end here. Okay, now we're back here, and this guy has Protect Mage on, but we brought our Blade of Saildor. One of the interesting things about the Moon's gear is that all 3 types of Moon's armor gives you melee strength. We just got our first piece of armor off of the previous Dark Warrior. Let's put it on real quick. Looks pretty cool in my opinion, and it is actually of equal prayer value as Proselyte, if I remember correctly. For us, it doesn't matter because we did go ahead to the Colosseum and get the Sunfire gear. But back on Wait For It, when I first did this quest, I did think the Elite Black Plate Body was really cool looking. There it is, the full Elite Black Knight set. Looks pretty cool in my opinion. Although you'd never realistically wear the helmet as you'd be wearing... Oh my... Yo, chill guys, it's me, chill. It's kind of funny because I put on the armor right away after slaughtering a bunch of them and they instantly stopped attacking me. But I guess once I took off the helmet again, they're like, wait a second. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame because as with prayer gear, you're never really going to wear the helmet because you're more than likely going to be wearing a Slayer mask. As some of you may know, I'm not a huge fan of questing, but While Guthix Sleeps is one of the quests that I did thoroughly enjoy. It helps that the Elite Black Knight set right here that I have on is pretty cool, as well as the Dark Squall robe set. I think this set looks pretty cool as well. In a second here, we're going to climb up this ladder next to us and we're going to fight some dude named Surok. And this boss fight is going to be the reason why our spellbook looks like the rainbow. In a second here, we're going to climb up this ladder just behind us, and we're going to be engaging in a boss fight with some dude named Surok. Now, this fight is pretty interesting, and it's the reason why our spell book looks like the rainbow. So he's going to cast 4 different elemental spells, and we're going to have to use the opposite element to counteract those spells. So, for example, if he casts a fire wave, we're going to have to use water wave. And then periodically he'll send out these minions, these henchmen, whatever you want to call them. One of them you have to cast Weaken on, and the other one you have to cast Bind on. So there's a lot of things at play here, and it's a pretty interesting fight, probably one of my favorite parts of the quest. But I'm going to stop yapping here, and let's just get into the fight. Well, I guess first of all we have to put on the armor, the mage armors, and let's get into it. Now, I have a shadow, and powered staves don't work, but I'm just using it for the magic bonuses. We're not exactly hitting here. So right there is a air spell, and I misclicked, and I took a bunch of damage. So let's just try to catch the next one. We do have some Karam ones with us. Now, why are we not doing any damage with Fire Wave, huh? Okay, so right here, my strength is yours. What does he say, though? He didn't say anything. Oh, well, that's not good. Okay, so this is something I didn't explain, but this is an explosive thing. We have to telegrab it. And then, well, that was clearly not what you were supposed to do. I just know we have to telegrab it, but what else are we supposed to do there? Oh, we have to alch it. I see. I might have missed a step there. Things are not looking good right now. We might have to reset this fight. Okay, so right there is an earth spell. We're gonna have to use an air spell on it. Well, we are taking a lot of chip damage here, which is unfortunate. The good old-fashioned chip damage. And we're probably dead. Let's go ahead and TP out of here. Although I hit teleport spells. Okay, not a great first showing. Alright, we're going to make an adjustment here. Instead of using the shadow for the magic attack bonuses, we're going to go ahead and put on a ancient staff and our mage's book. The mage's book is going to give us the magic damage percentage, and the ancient staff is going to enable us to autocast Fire Wave. So that way we have something that we can consistently attack the boss with. Okay, here we go. Back up the ladder and let's try again. So if it's a strong henchman, we're supposed to weaken it. If it's an agile one, we're supposed to bind it. So this guy mentioned something about strength. So, oh, they actually have a name. You know, now I feel pretty stupid. Alright, it'll help if I just right-click them, you know, and read. Okay, explosive. We're going to want to telegrab that and then alch it. Now, the only thing I'm concerned about during this fight is our prayer situation. We only have a 2-dose prayer pot in our inventory currently. So we got an air spell. We're going to have to use earth. We were just too slow on that. And honestly, like, I need to resize. And that was the reason why I had the teleports on hidden in the spellbook, because there was just too many icons and I wasn't familiar with the location of the spells. Okay, surely we're going to handle it this time around. Let's swap into the gear and climb up the ladder. Please? Hello? I can't do it while I'm under attack? Okay. That doesn't make any sense. I can't climb up the ladder if I'm in the Elite Black Knight armor, but the moment I switch it off, I get attacked. Alright, quickly. Okay. Now that is pretty troll. Here we go. Okay, like, I clicked on it. Alright, I spoke too soon. Man, we're taking this seriously now. I slapped on the Infinity Boots, which actually is the same as Arania Boots, but it does give me a little bit of mage defense. Don't know if that helps. Apparently, I didn't have the right ring on at the time, but now we have the Steers ring. And we have the MA2 cape on. Things are looking much better this time around. Less than 100 health to go. Couple more hits here. That should be the last hit. No, 2 HP. Nimbleness. Okay, we're gonna bind the Agile Warrior here. And the boss is actually down. There we go. Unfortunately, took a couple attempts there. I guess being on 50 health or 50 defense and not completely remembering all the mechanics didn't help, but we got the job done. Let's TP out of here. This part of the quest is a little bit spooky because we're technically in the wilderness. We're currently at the Chaos Altar on top of the building. So this is the wilderness, except we're not actually in the wilderness. We're safe here. We're not going to get PK'd. The first time I saw this cutscene, this was pretty cool. Got all these skeletons animated in rune armor. They even have some armor that's like not part of the game. For example, it looks like there's like a rune version of a Guthix helm. That's what it looks like. And here's the gang. Here's all the people we recruited. Completely unnecessary TP in, by the way. They're just showing off. Well, there goes Durdell. The gang is getting cooked. There goes Gommel. There goes Hazelmere. And this entire time, we're just standing there and watching, dude. What are we doing? So this is how you get to the Tormented demons if you didn't know. Tears of Guthix is just over there. And then over here, you use a sapphire lantern on one of these light creatures. And you'll be sent into an area where the tormented demons are. The light creatures will carry you down to this platform right here. You do have to continue running and make your way over to this side over here, and the entrance is over here. Right now I don't have it unlocked just yet because I'm midway through the quest, but it is a bit of a run. But not to worry, tormented demons do drop a teleport scroll. Here we are, we finally made it. Now during the quest we have to do a lot of running around. And I believe this brazier actually serves as a stamina boost. So if you're doing the quest yourself, just keep that in mind. It can be useful instead of burning up staminas, or if you don't have stamina pots at all, you know, that brazier can save you some time. I do remember this part of the quest, and it can be a bit tedious. Basically, there's going to be these druid spirits in each of these hallways, and at the end of these hallways, there's going to be a statue. You're going to have to use the druid pouches on these spirits, like so. And they will drop some of the materials that you need. So we got the dwarf weed and the wine of Zamrock, and the quest helper is actually telling us that the correct statue is over on this side. But I think what we're going to do here is actually use the rune pouch, or not the rune pouch, but the druid pouch on any of the spirits we see. So we start collecting the needed items. So we made it to the statue, and this statue is asking for a dwarf weed and a wine of Zamrock. We place those down on the statue, and in return we get this dolmen. We're going to need to get one dolmen from each of the respective statues. All the dolmens have been collected. Now we just use them on this table. Basically, we just opened a giant doorway with all those dolmens. Before we head down there though, I'm going to take this opportunity to TP out and gear up properly. We're going to be in for a fight. We're here fighting the Balanced Elemental. This fight is actually pretty interesting. He attacks in 3 different attack styles: mage, range, and melee. So right here, orange-yellow color is range, so we want to protect from range. The white one is going to be melee attacks, and then the blue one is going to be magic attacks. Also, it does have overhead, so right now we can't use magic on it. Here it's switching to magic, so let's get Prey Mage on. And if you do get an attack wrong, it drains all your prayers, so it's pretty punishing. We do have to pay attention. We're gonna try the Eclipse Atlatl here. Seems to be pretty good, actually. We don't use these enough, honestly. Okay, let's just dive into some of our brews here and save up. And the most punishing thing, or the most difficult thing about this, is his attack speed speeds up. So as you can see right now, he's attacking like crazy. And I'm gonna be honest here, I think we might have to TP out. Because it's, I'm like yapping and not focusing enough on the fight. There goes our prayer again. Yeah, we're gonna TP out. Oh god. Oh. Or, you know, I mean, this is one way to TP out, I guess. Trying to explain the fight while doing the fight was definitely a mistake. So let's just collect our gear here, re-gear up, and then we'll focus in and actually do the boss. And that is the balance elemental down. As you saw right there, when you're focused up and you're just disciplined and prioritizing overheads, it's actually fairly easy. But if something goes wrong, it can snowball, especially when the attack speed keeps ramping up. After beating the balance elemental, they spawn in 2 tormented demons. Now this is pretty fun because you get insane hits during this portion of the quest. Now I don't really remember how to fight tormented demons, so good luck me, I guess. Oh, it doesn't help that there's 2 of them on me. One is very manageable, 2, I don't know. Okay, one of them's ranging. Oh, I believe when you have 2 on you, one's always gonna melee and the other one's always gonna either range or mage you. Okay, it's coming back to me now. It's probably in my best interest to focus one of them down. But yeah, if you look over to our left right now or in my skills tab, you'll see that my combat stats are insanely boosted. Okay, it appears I was incorrect. One of them is maging and the other one is now ranging me. That could just be because I have them safe spotted potentially. Okay, one of them is actually down already. Okay. And this one's maging. No, they're just stacked on top of each other. I'm confused. I'm so confused. How are they just stacked on top of each other like that? Can I destack them? I can't see what's going on, you know? There we go. Alright, one is down. Where's this one going? He's running away. There we go. That was a little bit rough, but we got the job done. Teleport us back to Falador and let's close this quest out. Took a little bit longer than expected, but it is a Grandmaster quest after all. Little teaser at the end of that quest there, pretty cool. But there we go, While Guthix Sleeps completed. That is 5 quest points, access to the Tormented Demons area, very nice. A whopping 80,000 thieving XP, 75,000 farming, 75,000 herblore, and 50,000 herblore, or hunter. Our quest points are getting up there. 76 thieving, 71 herblore. Don't really care about super defense mixes. 81 hunter. But most importantly, we can now start farming some tormented demons.